A decisive affair was the first series of tonight, but now we have ourselves our second and final. GODSENT versus North. What are your thoughts?
Obviously, GODSENT recently online form hasn't really been too stellar. Same can not be said for North, obviously. Then again, not really online, I'm speaking more about LAN, obviously, coming off of the win from GMAC Open Montreal after beating Immortals 2-0 and all that crazy fashion that happened there over social media. But then again, hot in form from LAN, only what, 2 weeks ago, I believe, or a week and a half ago, something like that. So, recent form, GODSENT haven't really looking too stellar ever since Dennis has joined the lineup. But then again, removing, gosh, I can't remember which player they've removed.
Oh, don't do that to me.
I know,
Every time it always goes the minute you say it.
I know. But yeah, Dennis on the roster, initially you'd think, okay, this should be good. Twist becoming the IGL, Pronax, that's it. Twist becoming the IGL over Pronax. Dennis, obviously far more skilled than Pronax on paper. You'd expect better results from GODSENT, but so far they've fallen fairly flat.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to do it. I hate to bring up online CS, but as you've already mentioned, I think it certainly is a question mark that we have to delve into at least somewhat. We have seen some very horrendous results. I mean, GODSENT got 16-5 by Pride. Yeah,
that just can't happen. That just can't happen. Do you know what map that was on as well? Or not?
I don't off the top of my head, no.
But even the scoreline in itself, that just cannot happen. When your team and the caliber as well, like GODSENT, you have to be doing well in those online qualifiers. And look at the Betway odds as well, favouring. I mean, you got to agree with them almost. North second right now on the leaderboard throughout the whole of Pro League Season 6, 1.33 to 3.10 for GODSENT, and I've got to agree with Betway here. This is looking very one-sided for North.
Well, either way, we are going to be getting into this one in just a moment. Notice the blink of an eye. Train is going to be map number 1. The world is certainly going to be watching this one as it unfolds. North versus GODSENT. North on that CT side.
So, yesterday, obviously for MVS, they won 2-1 in the E-League LAN group stages and qualified for the playoffs. But then that LAN play didn't actually translate over to the online CS. Can the same happen for North here? Will that be the opening that GODSENT need? Anyway, there's going to be 4 players here from GODSENT grouping up towards B. They'll be walking down lower.
An aggressive play by Config as he taps on down, just takes the raw fights. Enables a quick 1-to-1. Valde playing just above Oil Train, hearing the push. Nice and reserved from him, holding for it. We'll see both players now as they take the fight. Dennis losing his life almost instantaneously. Schneider next in line. AZ gonna steal it on away. North now in a very good position of 4v2. Scrap that, a 4v1 as Emma still on the CZ. Valde doing the work on Disco Doppler. This is barely a party at all. North, a very swift pistol.
And there you have it, just like that. North can take the first one on the CT side. GODSENT go for the walk down lower. Maybe they're expecting the B. Okay, this is the thing, right? In my head, I'm trying to work out that play. Just walking down lower ramp. They must have watched how North play their CT side pistol, and they weren't expecting Config to be towards connector. Maybe typically Config plays connector side, peeking towards A main at the start of the round, and then goes towards connector at the latter portions of the round. Maybe they expected the solo B player to be playing close towards Heaven, or maybe towards the default site, enabling GODSENT to walk down and then peek him, trying to catch him off guard. There must have been some thought process behind that madness, but then again, doesn't pay off as North do take the first round 1-0. Now GODSENT going to go for the eco after getting the bomb down, which means they should be buying up into round number 3. This should be a clean round here for North.
AZ going to start to line them up, begins to knock them down. 3 kills already going the way of Config and AZ and even MSL. Everyone chiming in and having a quick bite onto the lineup of GODSENT as they will all fall in very quick fashion. But early AKs from GODSENT at least going to be a talking point here.
Yep, it's going to be a buy now from GODSENT after getting the bomb down in the first pistol round. 5 AKs for them, and look at the utility as well, it isn't too strong. Smoke flashbangs onto 4 players now, so the utility is not looking too bad. They can smoke off towards Electric, smoke off towards Sandwich. They can play a slow default as well if they want to. They can use the smokes towards Ali, and of course towards Sandwich, Electric and whatnot. It seems like more of a default round here. Going to be having Dennis hold for the flank towards Ali. Having 1 player, actually no players towards team main right now for the side of GODSENT. Having 3 players go towards B up, Twist about to flash for them.
Flash does come through, the push gets ready to continue, but GODSENT not quite putting the pedal to the floor just yet. Bomb going to be shuffled on around, ends up on the back of Twist, who is going to be the first player tagged up to 15. Freddy taking the contact. Back train will be Valde. He'll lose his life almost straight away. Freddy going to keep on pushing, but they're unaware of the player Heaven. But the tag come in, KGB finally follows up with a kill. AZ a second, KGB on a tear as he finds a double kill. Twist next on the chopping block. Schneider, last man standing. Can he survive the onslaught of North? 2 low players, Config on full HP. Kits in play. Schneider for the first kill though, now just looking for AZ and KGB. Knows the position where KGB is going to be standing. AZ as well, likely known. Makes it a 1v1. That bomb is sticking. AZ going to get straight on the defuse. Schneider, unaware of that fact. This could be a defuse before he even knows, and so it shall be. North give them their 3rd round. as AZ plays with just a steel gut.
Unlucky there for Schneider. Strong play from him in the 1 versus 4. He isolates the players one by one. Unfortunately for him, though, being on low HP, he's only on 11 health. Didn't want to face and be faked up by the tap from the bomb from AZ. Nevertheless, though, 3-0 now in favour of North as they do take the pistol on the first gun round. But it's going to be the counter force from GODSENT. The reason being is North had one player alive. GODSENT are expecting low money for North. If they win this round, they can shatter the CT economy.
Look at Config. He's gone aggressive straight up through alleyway. Going to take the contact peek based on Freddy. The headshot begins to align. The bomb is going to be dropped. That information alone sets up North to know exactly what the play of GODSENT is going to be. Cajun B slips out, finds a frag with the AWP. And that puts GODSENT into complete disarray.
5 versus 3 early on as well. Only 20 seconds been played out in the round and still a massive lead here for North. Cajun B with the AWP. This time no longer towards B, but instead the A site, leaving Valde alone towards B. Rotation will come in there from MSL back towards the B site, so now North can have a 2-3 setup towards their CT defense. Question is though for Dennis, just go Doppler and of course Schneider. What's the plan of action here into round number 4? Going towards team main, they get spotted. The bomb is seen as well by Cajun B.
Dennis doing pretty good work, but the trading game is not what GODSENT want to be involved in right now. Schneider at least able to find the kill on AZ. But with only 2 players alive, GODSENT very hard pressed. And Molly cutting off those players towards Ivy, but it's going to be a tough fight nonetheless. The smoke will bloom, isolating Config.
The flank though from Valde, he's walking behind Whitehall, sorry. North can now wait this one out. They can hold their angle, see if anyone from GODSENT are going to peek into them. And if they do, all they have to do is wait for the flank from Valde and try bait for him.
MSL with the Molly E-box going to clear it out. Doppler position now going to be known. Valde kicking into gear as he finds the flank pick. Still a lot more he could do though. MSL just going to be holding for Schneider at this point. He's forced to fight.
Easy. Yep. So in that scenario there, whenever you have a player coming from the flank, there's so many ways you can play it, or you have to play it, sorry. If the flanks come in, you cannot overface and give away the advantage early on. You just have to wait for that player coming from behind. And once he is close, you have to start quote-unquote baiting for him. You saw, as soon as Valde was outside team main, MSL was the one taking the attention. He was the one mollying behind Electric, shooting his weaponry, had the player as well towards Ali, just spamming the smoke. What they're trying to do is divert the attention from GODSENT, and that allowed Valde to come behind 2 unsuspecting players and just shoot them in the back. Anyway, they're round number 5 now, 4-0. The bomb went down for GODSENT, plus the 4-round loss bonus means they can still buy up into this one. Dennis might be wanting to take the 1 versus 1 towards B.
Look at the aggression from MSL and his teammate AZ. They both want close pop dog straight away. AZ, smart from him to be looking towards T-Con right now, just stopping any sort of walkout aggression from GODSENT.
The reason this position is so good as well is because the smokes that usually go out from the T side go towards Electric, they go towards Sandwich, and sometimes you see the molly or the smoke go out towards Green Train. When you play so aggressive towards Pop Dog, it's actually so hard to counter that just because you're going out through team main, they're not going to be smoked off. The only way they can smoke them off is if you actually leave Pop Dog and smoke it out yourself, or you do the double Molotov that we see from Big. Nevertheless though, Dennis and Schneider, that nade can actually do a lot of damage here.
Somehow that does barely anything at all. That's almost disappointing.
Yeah, they need the second molly though. They've done the first molly, but they're not the second one, which actually flushes out MSL and AZ, I believe. Nevertheless though, well, nevertheless, there's still 45 seconds left on the clock. No action happening just yet, but here it comes.
Dropping down nice and dry. A double kill lineup, but they're burning in the flames. Got to come back up again, reversing and slowing down the play from GODSENT. Buying time to move. Cajun B, AWP going to be scoping down, but the smoke shrouding GODSENT in the midst of the A site. Dennis being careful, does take down Valde. 25 seconds to work with. Back of train, Config is going to be lurking. Schneider could well catch him off guard, sees him with a beautiful shot.
Cajun B now on the 1 versus 3. It's a nice shot down to Twist, trying to jump up and get some information. But now, without the kit though, it's winnable.
Getting very close very quickly. The USB, not the weapon you want as your side arm in that situation. The Schneider does play for the peak, takes him down. GODSENT with their first on the board.
Yep. It's unlucky from MSL. You see, pins the grenade, chucks the Molotov out. If that molly came out 1 or 2 seconds before, AZ would have got the kill towards team main. They can flash themselves out, get away from Pop Dog, and they would have had the man advantage there on the CT side. But nevertheless, though, GODSENT's money is low. You can see the buy comes in, UMP there for Freddy B, and the money after the buy is roughly 1,000, 2,000. So if North, can reset that money, they could be running away with the first half, but unluckily for North, Twist is there to change that idea. It's going to be the 5 versus 4 now, and a man advantage here for GODSENT.
Config going to be looking to change things. Tucked in the corner with that Max 7 Petroglyph.
It's a nice... I've never seen that skin before like that.
Just jump spotting it. Waiting to see if he can find anything. Flash is going to be thrown. Config going to be spotted as he goes for the jump shot. Going for the second, in fact, as well. That will prompt the molly. Force him out, burn him down. Freddy with the headshot.
So, 1 minute 10 seconds on the clock now to round number 6. 2-minute advantage for GODSENT. Many ways you can play this one. In the 5 versus 3, you've got expecting 1 player towards B and 2 players towards A. That's why you're seeing GODSENT now shift towards the B side. They know if they all group up together, they will have a 1 versus 5 towards that B side. All versus Valde. Unless someone from North pushes for information right now, it should be the round 2 for GODSENT.
Schneider ready to push out towards inner. Just going to throw the simple smoke. Waits for it to bloom. So far, so good. Flash as well. No one playing close, bear in mind, so no real immediate problems for GODSENT to tackle. It's about how they handle the afterplots now as they make the push. Valde playing the pistol around position. Let Schneider pass. Has to find the kill, but because he waits so long, Dennis can push that right on behind, secure the trade frag, locking North out of the round.
You have to save now for North. If they can save these 2 and 4s, then I'm not sure if they can buy up into round number 7. But even then, just having 2 and 4s, even if it's surrounded by pistols, there's still a chance if AZ and MSL go big. But of course, they have to save here. You can see Disco Doppler hunting towards T-Spawn and Ali.
Back his turn, though.
Exactly, so maybe if they can go towards T-Spawn, there's a chance. Killed Disco Doppler. Now GODSENT know where he is. Where they are, sorry. But then again, look how far away they are. There's no chance they're going to be able to get them in time. Should be. So it should be the save here for North. And yeah, the money is bad. Still though, having 2 and 4s, potential here. They could send the M4s towards Ali, push aggressively, try to get 1 kill, take information. They could have the M4s push lower B round, try to get the 1 or 2 kills again for information. But let's see. They can either have the 2 and 4s play together, or they can try to split them up and have success across the map.
Going to see how that plays out now, MSL. Expecting aggression here. I mean, at the end of the day, that is a game plan that's very solid if you know. Loving this smoke. This could be a multi-kill if I've ever seen one before. Schneider going to take the peek. There's one. Backs into the corner, but the spray, of course, always going to be so overwhelming in that scenario. Config pushing forward for the gun, does find it. But a follow-up molly could mean he's left dead to rights too. Even a close frag grenade could kill him here, and that looks like it is going to be case right at his feet. Very nicely done from GODSENT. The perfect read that he pushes for that gun, bear in mind. A crucial factor. It leaves just North now with that 1 rifle in play. 2 pistols. The push does come on out.
4 versus 3 here. Man advantage here for GODSENT. Disco Doppler. So close to KGB. Unluckily for KGB, they're only the USP in hand and no Kevlar. Trying to design the plan, we can see Freddy B holding his teammates back.
That bomb going to tick on down. MSL certainly going to be looking to see if he can keep that rifle in a good position to do a lot of damage to GODSENT, bear in mind, considering they have got players in T-Con and close by, that being Twist, of course. Dennis being spotted, MSL does take him down. But cautious of the fact that he can be chased. Now begins to back off. Group up with your teammate Valde. Almost use him as bait. Spot out where GODSENT are pushing from.
Thing is here as well, if MSL saves this M4 and the Kevlar, if he has enough money, he could actually potentially drop an AWP over. They've lost 2 in a row. If he has $3,000, actually, yeah, he could drop the AWP over. He has 2.5k. So there you have it. The fact he saved the M4 2 rounds on the trot means he can drop over the AWP now to Cajun B, which previously they couldn't have done after they went for the full force after losing the round to GODSENT.
They don't want to.
And instead he buys utility, so scrap that idea and forget that thought. As MSL is going to be valuing the grenades over the AWP, which again is understandable. Obviously Cajun B, he's no stranger to the rifle. Can definitely wield that. We remember back on Astralis when Device was the AWPer, Cajun B was the full-time rifle as well. One way coming up from Valde. He knows so many of these weird smokes. He almost invented the one-way, he did invent the one-way on Cobble on the B platform. So many players stealing up with him after he showed it. I believe it was versus SK. Nevertheless, though, round number 8, 4-3 being the scoreline. North with another bye. GODSENT, they've been doing well so far after breaking the economy of North, and from that, slowly but surely coming back into this game. Lining up grenades and lining up the Molotovs. Molly comes out towards Sandwich, I believe. Try to flush out the players from North. Here it comes. Well-timed smoke tip, but unfortunately North using 2 smokes towards Pop Dog. Here it comes.
The flash leaving MSL completely blind, but they're going to be leaving him unchecked, allowing to play around E-Box. He goes huge. That's 3 kills locked in, going for the 4th. MSL getting away with insane work as he shuts down the push, cuts down GODSENT from even getting anywhere on the site, and ultimately wastes everything they tried to achieve.
Player dropping out of the server, so we should be seeing a pause come in. Someone does disconnect. But nevertheless, 5-3 now. 8k nearly for Twist, and 8,000 for Freddy B. So the money is still strong for GODSENT to catch up over and buy up into this one. Great play there from North. You see, one thing I like to do, one of the things I like to, my goodness, I can't even talk. One of the things they did, which I liked, is they saved their smokes for the time push. Most teams at the start, they'll smoke off Pop Dog instantly, they'll molly out team main, they'll flash team main, smoke alley at the start, and teams wait those smokes out. Instead, they're North. They know that GODSENT like to play the slow default T rounds, and because of that, they're actually waiting with the smokes as the time does tick away. As soon as they see the flashbangs and the smokes coming out from the T side execution, that's when they throw their smokes towards Pop Dog. And that means from the T side, you're forced to go through those smokes. It's so easy when you are holding the angle versus the players exiting those smokes.
You mentioned, of course, Astralis earlier on. Worth noting that GODSENT did trade maps with them. Losing 69, winning out 16-8. Same storyline for them and Big as well.
Was that in Pro League, and how long ago was that?
Big was in Pro League, yep.
And what about the Astralis one you just said?
I wish I wrote EPL next to it on my notes, but I don't have it. So possibly.
I'm asking
I
you
assume
questions,
so.
mate. You're not delivering.
I assume so.
Yeah, I assume so. Okay. Nevertheless, though, 5-3. 2-round advantage still for North, though, on their CT side on train. They did win the pistol, so in terms of gun rounds, North have got 3. And GODSENT have got 3 as well, so fairly equal exchange so far because the bomb was planted on the pistol round from GODSENT. That's why they did get the 3rd round force buy. Well, not force buy, but the 3rd round buy with the 5 AKs. Then again, for GODSENT, what haven't they tried so far? The B play could work. Obviously, they tried it on the pistol, but then again, it didn't work. They've shown a lot of presence towards alley. Their default seems like they go for the 2-1-2, fairly standard. 1 player towards T main, 2 towards alley, 1 towards Pop Dog, and 1 towards B halls. That way you take control of the whole map. 1 player takes control of Pop Dog, 1 player takes control of B upper. And obviously the 2 players towards alley and 1 player holding towards T main. You can't really take control of T main. You just hold for the aggression from the CT side or you play outside of it. But thankfully the GODSENT have their full roster back in the server and the buy will come through. Look at the money as well. This is a big round for both teams. North, they don't want to be reset in terms of their economy, and GODSENT, they're going to run out of cash if they lose this round. So this could be the turning point here for the rest of the half.
This feels like an A play. You take into account the position of Dennis lining up that smoke, of course.
Could just be a fake, though.
Yeah, there are many different ways you could approach this round. Starting to bolt things up to B leads much more towards the idea of that fake. Playing it nice and slow. Kind of watching that bar of Dennis, waiting to see if that smoke does leave his inventory. Flash towards Inner is going to push Schneider back. Always a win for GODSENT if they can limit North's utility. Contact play towards Heaven. MSL finds kill number 1, but a quick trade from Disco Doppler. But he's flying out so far forward, but Valde managed to make that kill work. Schneider, at least able to push back. Plant coming through. Config drawn towards Inner, finds the peak of Twist. This is where things get interesting. We've got 1 player on the site, 1 player up towards Heaven. Molly burning them away.
And there you have it. Big play from Config in the 3 versus 3 to eliminate 2 players, leaving Dennis last alive here with no utility. Jumps through the Heaven smoke. Easy shot there for KGB with the AWP. And it's going to be a 6-3. GODSENT did get the bomb down, so that could be the silver lining here if their money is still established enough to warrant a buy into round number 10. But they go for that B play. A great read from MSL. Having 2 players towards the B site there at the start of the round, cancelling any chances that GODSENT had going into that one. I guess the reason being is GODSENT have tried an alley take, they got demolished. GODSENT have tried to go towards A, and MSL was the player that demolished it. So obviously, on the checklist from the T side, you've tried alley, you've tried going for the play towards A through Pop Dog. Let's try contact B play. Well read there by MSL, and that is the money reset here for GODSENT. Deagle taking out the hands from Disco Doppler, and it's going to be the 5 versus 4.
An early shot already coming in from that AWP. Asian B zoning in on towards Disco Doppler. And then the rest could well be history. North. Good positions. Valde spotting out the contact towards that B site. Likely not going to know that Schneider is this far up, but even then I don't think that matters too much. Just these Deagles. Got MSL spotting the outpost play as well from the tip of blue. Cajun B, another kill added into the tally on Twist. Things get easier and easier. Dennis at least chiming in with one, but all you can really argue is that's economical impact and about it, really.
4 versus 2 now. HE grenade comes up, ricochets off, and there you have it. Dennis is going to go down, leaving Freddie B last alive. And this is one of the things we've got to mention as well, Freddie B being the recent addition to GODSENT. Obviously the former Epsilon star brought in to the GODSENT lineup. But I was casting GODSENT earlier on as well in Pro League. They're playing with so many stand-ins. Pith was one of them. But now obviously this is the final roster here. Having Mezioso as well as the interim coach, GODSENT are still looking for a full-time coach, I believe. But then again, I'm liking the whole roster from GODSENT. The problem is though, it's so fresh and new. A map like Train on the T side is so hard to go into when you are lacking strats and defaults.
Trying to see if they can find their feet.
Yeah. Anyway though, round number 11 now, 1 minute 30 on the clock, and still it's going to be a slow round from GODSENT. You can see only one smoke being used here by North early on into the round. And as I say that though, eventually MSL will use his, but it's once the push comes in. Well timed.
Molly, frag grenade all going out. Cajun B in the JW spot, peeks out, finds kill number 1. AZ playing close to the back of this ground train, finding the rest of the kills as well. Flash gonna come through. Valve could very comfortably get aggressive now, feeling the confidence of his team as he drops one, drops the second. North winning the round decisively.
This is what I'm talking about. The utility usage there from MSL, perfect. As soon as he gets the inkling or the instinct that the hit's going to come in from GODSENT, he chucks the smoke down, he mollies out top blue train and in front of blue train. Even though he died, he did so much damage and he bought so much time as well for his team. 83 being the scoreline now with a 5-round advantage for North on the CT side train. GODSENT, once again, the money is low as they go for the half bar here with the round loss bonus. It's going to be careful on 3 players and upgraded pistols across the board as they go for the fast speed play.
Not quite fast and speedy. Valve does get the chance to peek out, then prompts the push, does find kill number 1. That's already going to prompt GODSENT to finally up the pace, but Molly after Molly slows them back down again. Waiting.
Thing is though, the boost here from Dennis and Freddie B is for the backline train. Some MSLs on Grey train, so it won't be spotted just yet. Still going to be actually 3 players towards B here from North. Cajun with the AWP. Valde as well, the B anchor, and of course MSL the rotate player. Config though, spots on the shoulder from Discord up and finds that kill. Now we can check towards Ali, sees no one. Here comes the B hit from GODSENT.
MSL just holding top of the train, gets the simple spray down, fairly cut and dry. Dennis does find one with the Deagle, but this kill is such a hard one for him to find. You've got Cajun B locking into him with the AWP. A simple pick. North edging it out, 9-3 now.
So, round number 13 now. Here comes another buy from GODSENT. Hopefully a better one at that. They've tried B, it hasn't worked. They've tried Ali, it's been fairly fruitless as well. At what point do they go for the fast outside rush? They know that North haven't been mollying team A at the start or flashing it. You could go for a fast rush, then again it's a big risk to take. But let's see, this time, another slow round here. You're sending players towards team A and also having to scale up and go towards Ali. They got the AWP on Twist as well. Do they play a slow round here and give Twist time to work the AWP around the map?
You have got Cajun B working atop red for North. We'll be looking for that first pick, then it's going to catch them by surprise, takes down AZ. The walkout looking very likely from GODSENT at this point, just playing off the peak of Dennis.
5 versus 4 here. After the well-timed push from Dennis, but actually Config will equalize the numbers. And Valde chimes in too. It's going to be the 4 versus 3 as the hit finally comes in towards A.
Schneider at least securing the trade, but this is a tough one for them to make work. The bomb yet to even get to the site. MSL could be very problematic in that process. Cajun B on flank as well. MSL walking almost face first into Schneider. Config lurking in the depths of hell. Frag after frag, they make it harder and harder. It's all launched the shoulders of Twist.
Oh, that shot looked dead on. Finally, double digits here for North. As we go into round number 14 and penultimate round of the first half there. 10-3 with the score and a 7-round advantage for North. After you take that CT pistol, usually expecting a 9-6 scoreline at a bare minimum. Then again, North already on 10. So far, so good for them. 10-3 as we go into another round here. GODSENT will have another buy. 5 AKs for them, but look at the lack of utility here from GODSENT. Some players as well namely Twist, having no head armor, so one shot from the Zen 4s will take him down. As they group outside B, they're going to go for the B concept play again, but look at MSL. Already with the fast rotation towards B. The question is, can Valde and MSL deny the aggression from GODSENT once again?
Smoke does come out. You have to raise the point that Dennis has walked out on towards A. Gets himself the kill on towards KGB. Config now going to be searching for him. Does find the trade. That puts us into a fairly simple 4-for-4, but the real play, of course, was coming towards that B site the entire time. Schneider ripping the head of Valve off MSL, coming straight through connector. Contact being taken by Twist and his teammate on the site itself, making things very, very hard. Twist with the double kill. Now looking for the third. He'll find it. That's 3 in the bag, and GODSENT with their 4th.
Final round to the first half. MSL rotating away from A, all because Dennis found that kill towards Green Train. Massive kill there from Dennis on the lurk towards outside. Forced the rotation from towards A by MSL. And that was enough to secure GODSENT their 4th round.
The double up setup. We want to keep an eye on right now. GODSENT, nice and slow as always.
Yeah, seems like their slow defaults have really been hit or miss. Sometimes when they do the slow defaults and they group together, they have success. Then again, though, North, as soon as they basically got accustomed to the slow defaults GODSENT have been throwing at them, saving their grenades has really had a big impact on their CT half.
North going right back to how they played in the first buy round, almost this double composition towards Pop Dog. Valde towards corner on B, pushes out, finds one. Make that a second. Dennis with the trade. Twist as well, adding to the tally of GODSENT, making things a 3 versus 3. So much utility on GODSENT right now as well. They can use that molly, use the flash. But MSL on KGB, MSL as well. You don't expect him to be the player to step up, but he certainly does. A double kill as the retake comes in. 10-5 is going to be where we head in this one.
11-4.
11-4, sorry.
11-4, you mean, yeah.
I mean, at this point, what does it matter? A very strong half from North nonetheless. The break is going to come through. We'll be back with you in just a few moments. I may have believed in the 10-5, but my eyes certainly deceived me. MSL played a wonderful retake, aided with a double kill, of course, to save things out and close it up to an 11-4 performance from North. Now, all they have to do is win a pistol to try and close things out. It's a great table, but nonetheless, what do you think, Insnots?
What they're doing there is showing us the North are second right now. They're the ones trying to fight for first as well. But so far, so good from North. Obviously, CT side's been stellar from them. MSL has been calling a great CT half. It seems like MSL, as the rotate player, has been doing a stellar job being in the right place at the right time. I believe there's only one round where he was at the wrong side of the map. versus the T side from GODSENT. Then again as well, when you win that CT side pistol, it really can get the ball rolling. If you're on the T side, you win the T side pistol, suddenly it feels like your T side's got extra boost, you have the 2 extra round buffer going into your CT half, and now things get difficult for GODSENT, because if they lose this pistol and it becomes 12-4, and then they win versus the Force Buy, they win versus the Eco, this could easily be 14-4, and at that point with a 10-round lead, it should be game over.
Problematic to say the least, but the game is going to be kicking off. We can suddenly see how that T side is going to be approached from North. Everything comes in, a lot of utility here.
Yep. So, round number 16, it's going to be Forces of Kevlar for the CT side, and Snyder going to be the Smoke Diffuse kit player. And actually, North have GODSENT have a bit of a read onto North as they're expecting a fast outside play. Freddie B pushes in and loses his header already. Config is the first and has the USP in hand. Let's see what he can do.
Kind of going to be patient here from North. I mentioned a lot of the utility. Just allowing them to throw those smokes. The set piece towards that A site. Config waiting for them to bloom, will then take the push thanks to that. Of course, Ali completely blocked off. I believe that's a smoke towards the back of site as well. No connector. Much more likely. And it's just simple kills for North. I know exactly where GODSENT are going to be. Thanks to that set piece they threw. GODSENT find themselves completely boxed in. Twist and Disco Doppler coming in from various different angles, but what can you do when KGB is going to be holding this angle? Headshot looking very likely, and the P250 does the job perfectly.
3 players staying alive. They're very comfortable pistol around there for North. GODSENT, they wanted information early. You can't disrespect that. In the 5 versus 5, Freddie P pushing towards team main. They wanted the information as they're expecting North to potentially be towards Whitehorse. There can be 2 options from that. Heavy pop dog play, or, of course, the B play. But then again, we take those risks. Sometimes they don't pay off. And as soon as Config got that first got the USB in hand as well, he was able to deliver a complete pain train to North. 4-12 in the scoreline here, as North take both pistols in this one. Going to be buying up 2 AKs and 3 UMPs as well. It will be the Force Buy they're coming from GODSENT.
These pistols playing nice and close, of course. Hiding around various different angles, whether it's the bomb train. Brown, blue, green, wherever they may be. It's all about setting themselves up in these quick angles. Grab a rifle, grab an SMG. That's a big win for GODSENT. As North, they're going to be setting up just to get some information at this point, checking for a few stacks, anything like that.
Yeah, you can use these UMPs and these SMGs to basically probe information. Obviously, if you send in a UMP player, see if the site's stacked. If you give over a UMP to one of these players at GODSENT at the end of the world, obviously you'd rather have a MAC-10. So you'd rather give over a MAC-10 than a UMP, obviously. Config, though, spots out Schneider's head. It's a very easy adjustment there. This cross as he finds the first headshot. 5 versus 4 here as the Force Buy from GODSENT isn't looking to pay off too well.
40 seconds on the clock. North under pressure to finally make that push. Crossfire holding towards Ali. Completely useless here. The real play, of course, coming from T-Con. Freddy finding shot number 1, but KGB up atop these trains is going to be so problematic. Taking down Freddy. MSL supporting as he takes down Twist. Then it's so far out of the sight. Disco Doppler as well, blocked by the complete smoke. Got the wraparound from MSL. It all falls into place. North 13-4. Money being made by MSL.
Yep, 4 players staying alive as well for North, so their money will be strong going into the remaining rounds. And how many more rounds will we get here, Ryan? It's already 13-4. It's going to be a full EK from GODSENT. It's going to go 14-4, ideally, unless GODSENT do win this EK, which is very unlikely. With a 10-round advantage here on the T-side train, it's looking like in this first map here, it's going to be a quick one. Flash comes out towards team A, but instead the play's going to go towards the B side instead. That flashbang trying to force rotation. It's just going to be Disco Doppler alone towards B of the USP.
Yeah, complete plow coming out from North. They're just going to send AZ running up through this left side. Straight through and straight towards Connector. Wants to cut them down as they rotate, and so he shall. An easy double kill. Make that a triple. Could even go for the quad as well, depending on Dennis's position, who decides, you know what, screw this. I'm not running and pushing into you, buddy. I'm not making it happen. I'm not giving you that money. I'm just going to hold him a spawn and let the bomb tick on down. Maybe he'll be hunted, maybe not. But at this point, what does it matter? North will be 14-4. That 10-round advantage, just as you said, Alex. For GODSENT, they get 1 buy to make a difference. But even that, even if they get 1 buy, so many rounds for North to play with, the chances of them losing this game are so incredibly slim.
Yep. With the 10-round advantage as well, it is very hard for them to concede this match. Then again, I have seen some big throws in my time. And being a part of big throws as well. Anyway, those are going to round number 19. It will be 14-4. GODSENT not looking too hot right now after losing both those pistols and only managing to get 4 rounds on their T half, sorry. But of course, playing that T side train after the recent roster changes is a big ask for them. They should be better on their CT side. Let's see if it pays off. Schneider with the AWP this time. Where's he going to be going? He's going to be playing towards Ali. He's going to be playing towards Green. Trent is going to be playing towards Connector as the rotate player. And actually Schneider would be towards Connector. That usually does signify that he'll be the rotate player. And as I said, that he'll be rotated back to B. So far so good here from GODSENT. They have 2 players focused towards the B site as North are lining up their smokes to get it ready towards B upper.
Schneider pinned on towards the upper side. Disco Doppler watching towards lower. The smoke should fade soon enough. That will give him an idea of the shoulder peek that MSL was performing. It looks like he's going to throw himself a simple flash. Disco Doppler will turn for it, finding kill number 1. Schneider picking off AZ. So far, so good for GODSENT. Hungry for more. Schneider not spotting him out towards Heaven, though, which is a little bit of an issue, but Disco Doppler finding the headshot anyway, leaving just Valde in an impossible 1v5. Sure, he's got a minute to work with, but this is 5 players to find.
Yeah, obviously, for Valde, each kill is $600, which is good. But also, if you can try and get 1 or 2 kills here, try and dent the CT economy as much as possible before dying. Actually, lucky there. Got Freddy B will eventually spot him out as he goes 14-5 now. GODSENT in 9 more if they want a chance of equalising the scoreline. North can still buy though. As we go into round number 20. Double AWP set up now. Dennis AWPing and so Schneider. The question is where are these AWPs going to be? Usually when you do the double AWP setup, you have the rotate player with the AWP towards Connector, and you have the other AWPer towards Green Train or towards Ali. Dennis with the AWP will be going towards Ali, and actually, yeah, towards Connector as well for Schneider. So very default double AWP setup here from the side of GODSENT. And you can see how early they use their grenades. I contrast this with North, where most teams go for that early Molotov, early smokes, what's popping and whatnot, and this is why.
Those early nades do create a bit of a fight. Twist with the headshot on towards Config starts around nice and strong. You've got Dennis leading down with that AWP. That's another pick added towards the GODSENT lineup now. Tajan B at least popping out for the quick trade, but he's got so much to do with so little time. As Freddy B going to be stacking up the pressure. A simple trade for Valde. But a tough round for them to make work. Cajun B being tagged by the AWP down to 12 HP. Disco Doppler will peek from Connector, trapping the bomb. Leaving just Cajun B behind this box, and likely the box that will become his coffin. At least he's holding Schneider. But a flash from Doppler. Such a hard round for him to find an opportunity. That's what he's waiting for right now. Just a simple peek from GODSENT. Give me this 1 versus 2.
Yeah, he's looking for an opening here. Molotov just behind him then. Actually, if he times as well, the boost coming from Disco Doppler, if he can slip to the side, there's a chance to get the bomb down, maybe. Gets spotted out, goes for the peek, trying to see if he can take the scalp of one of these players. Unlucky there, Schneider will eventually take him down. 6-14 now, as North might go for a half bar on Eco here. 4.7k for Ace if he's the only player that can actually buy. It's going to be the Eco coming from North. Around here for GODSENT when they can try and stack up as much cash as possible. Have 4 or 5 stay alive. The issue here is it's not about money for GODSENT. If they lose a round, suddenly they're faced with match point. North at 15. For them, even if it's 1 versus 1 wins, they just need the rounds on the board.
Every read has to be perfect. Every little push has to be timed so well, because if any mistake comes in, North will look to capitalize on that and use that as leverage to push them to that fateful 15th and end the game right there and then.
Schneider's up here towards B upper, has all the information they need, allows for Disco Doppler to rotate towards the A site. Issue is though, as soon as you shoot the AWP towards upper, you're such a big target versus those pistols. They can jump around the corner, try swarm you. Does get the first, but MSL is not accompanied by any of his teammates. Dies alone, there is no trade.
A spray from Freddy leads to just another kill. North not really achieving too much for these pistols, but for North, they have to accept they've got so many rounds to play with that they can just relax. They can, sure, have a crack at a few of these rounds where they are on this light weaponry, but for the most part, the priorities will lie in that buy that comes out. Them just looking to close it, of course. Perhaps going for a plant. Not really going to get close. I mean, it's a pretty successful spray, tagging them down. Schneider just going to be holding across Nolly to even deny it further. Simple kill for Freddy, and GODSENT up to 7, which is not too far, but
it's still half of what North have. At least they have momentum and a bit of pace to see if they can keep the fire burning beneath them. Let's see how this round will unfold. North, 1 away from forcing match point here. Currently sitting on 14 rounds. 5 AKs for them, that might signal fast play here. They could go for a fast outside rush, they could go for a contact down B. Disco Doppler actually going to be alone towards the B site initially. Let's see if North can catch him off guard.
There is a smoke. Trying to deny that early push. He's so low, so it's so important that he doesn't just get bombarded down by a North lineup that are hungry for that contact kill.
GODSENT are going for the boost actually towards Connector. That means the rotate play should be Freddy B. I wonder if they'll have much of an impact. Instead of having Schneider with the AWP rotating in towards B. Nevertheless, though, all 5 players here from North are going to be coming down towards the B side, but look at how late this rotation is here.
Maisie wandering through the smoke, not quite checking for the position of Disco Doppler. It's going to be an all-in play at this point. Cajun B, he will check for it out of a config. The headshot towards Schneider. Freddy B finding a quick trade, but it's not quite going to be enough. Twist at least doing some work, but he'll be pushed by an aggressive move from Valde. Leaving just Dennis all alone. The world crumbling around him. As he has a CZ to pull off a 1v3. An AWP on his back, but that's not the weapon you want when you're going to be pushing through a smoke. Valde could be killed in Connector. That buys time. He's got a kit on his back, so time is something that he doesn't really need. But the bomb is still ticking. The third element being, can he hit his shot? Such a simple element. As the molly goes down. Doesn't know the position of Twist, who's just sitting. Config, sorry, but still, the molly's going to end it.
And there you have it. 15-7. Schneider and Freddy B late on the rotation to the B site. That's one of the problems when you have no information on your CT side. It's so easy to swarm that B site. We've seen no aggression from GODSENT towards Ali. No one pushing towards Team Main. You saw the difference when we saw Fnatic on Train, where they had constant pushes towards Ali, constant pushes towards Team Main, Flusher pushing towards B ramp as well. When you lack the information on your CT side, it's so easy for yourself to be in a rut where you just get walked over by pure brute force from the side of the terrorist side. Anyway, though, Dennis now pushing towards Ali. Finally a change here.
Walks up on towards Valde, does find that very early kill. Once he realizes there's no player there for him to find as a second. GODSENT can acknowledge that and pretty much should have to read that, okay, they're going to be hitting towards B, right? I mean, if there's no one towards Ali, likely of the A split, unless it's kind of the pop T-con play, but usually you do always have a player at least watching for that contact. So I think it should be fairly transparent that North are going towards B. See a good smoke. AWP is still there watching it like a hawk. Comes out, finds kill number 1. Schneider, a little bit more to do. Cajun B going to be killed off from inner. Maisie still looking to be problematic. Trade after trade. GODSENT still alive and still swinging. Schneider, there's the last kill. GODSENT up to 8. More has to be said though, they got 1 round from brute force. They've got so many rounds to play with. They just do that again, they still end the game.
Yeah, North have 7 chances still to close this one out. Obviously being reset that might force this round, or they could just save it. They're going to be taking the tactical time out here to discuss this one. Question is, do you go for the eco here? Another issue is actually, I can't see the money now obviously, but if some players don't have enough money to buy up into the next round, or if they do, they can barely buy, why risk it, right? Why eco this round, buy up into the next one when you're only going to have an AK armor, maybe 1 flashbang or 1 smoke? If you're North, you want minimal risks. There's no reason to take risks when you have such a big advantage. All you have to do is just save, have full utility on your T side, go back to the drawing board and think in the tactical textbook. Smokes towards outside, an execution towards outside, even execution towards B, try and catch GODSENT off guard. Obviously, GODSENT go for the double dot setup in some of their CT rounds. If they keep that up, you could easily go for the outside rush potentially, try and catch them off guard.
The way I look at it as well is fairly simple, perhaps one-dimensional, but if you're North, if you're on your 15th round, why get yourself in a hole by forcing up like they have done here?
Yeah, that's the thing. When you have so many rounds to play with, it sort of begins this catch-22 where, eventually we will win 1 round, taking so many chances. But then again, if they don't, what happens when it becomes 15-12 and they're forced onto a weird buy? Or 15-11 and they're forced onto an eco? Anyway, they're going to be grouping outside B, but they had the success in the last round.
It did work for them. The weapons they've got as well, pretty good when they get up close and personal, but when you look at the way GODSENT are approaching their B hold, those fights aren't going to be forced very easily. You've got Schneider with that AWP holding, likely towards inner with that AWP. Can flick up to heaven as well like he is currently.
Yeah, they've only got 2 smokes as well. 1 towards upper and 1 towards lower, so the AWP should be strong here from Schneider.
They pushed out way too early. They give Schneider opportunity number 1. He'll take that with both hands. Disco Doppler looking to grasp another kill as well. Pushes around, finds both as they look completely blind. North, just looking like a deer in headlights. A very simple round for GODSENT. Not a single loss comes in. And look at their money off the back of that.
15-9 now as we go into round number 25. GODSENT 6 away from the comeback happening. North, though, All they need is a big 2K entry from a player, config or AZ potentially, just someone to go big in one round is all they need to push themselves over the edge here and get to 16 and win the map. They are going to go for the eco here, so they do buy up into round number 26. But into this one, they're going to be going for the full eco here. Just Glocks across the board, as they want to have as many grenades and as much firepower as possible into the next gun round.
Thankfully, the rotate is coming in from Freddy. I was a little worried just to see Disco Doppler alone on B. Purely because, yes, it's 5 Glocks, but if they charge you down and overwhelm you, a kill comes in, and that's what we see from AZ. But because Freddy's come to support him, the trade kills are so eventful. They do get a bomb plant, which is pretty good for North.
That's really good for North. That's massive for North, actually. Then again, the Buddy is still alive.
But something tells me he's not going to hold off a 1v4.
You never know. So it's going to go 15 to 10. That bomb plant means utility, and grenades are so crucial on your T-side terrain. Look at that. Before, they would have had, for example, config, for example, would only have, what, 4.3k? That's enough for a AK smoke to a flashbang, or a bit less than that. Smoke, flashbang, AK. Instead now, because of the bomb plant, they can have full utility, full sets of grenades, which means we could be seeing the heavy executes. The mollies out towards backstop sign, the mollies out towards alley and green train. But of course, that's all to think and all to play for as we go into round number 26. 10 to 5, now 10 to 15, sorry now, as North still have 5 chances, the closest one out of regulation.
A few flashes being thrown towards Ali, Valve and Config both ready to take the pick. I like this. No AWP, just a rifle to hop on over. Smoke in hand, Valve going to use that to really cause Dennis to push up further forward. He'll hold for it, finds the pick. That's already a huge start for GODSENT now to work with. Sure, he's pushed back, but he can throw a smoke defensively. North won't push through that. They'll have to respect it. They'll have to wait.
It's a big kill to find there, taking down Valde. Twist, this is the aggression I wanted to see earlier on from GODSENT on the CT side. Twist close towards team main, about to be met by Cajun B.
Smoke on towards his feet. Makes it such a risky push for Cajun B. Waits for his teammate instead. They'll bunch up together. Twist, of course, gonna just further embed himself in towards team main at this point. Decides actually to fall back and throw yet another smoke, which I think is great because you have to look at the clock at this point, right?
Yeah,
35 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty much 20 seconds of the clock now because that smoke towards team main. MSL has to be big in this round here if he wants a chance of North to get to 16.
He could just walk out, catch them by surprise. Bear in mind, not a single piece of the GODSENT defensive strategy was watching PopDog. But because none of them are peeking, makes this round so unlikely. Schneider taking the peek on MSL just because he was so tunnel visioned on the player between trains. Cajun B takes the contact. That's 2 kills locked in for North.
Oh my
but
God.
with 7 seconds coming on up, how on earth are they supposed to find this plant? All you got to do, Disco Doppler, is push on out. 2 easy kills.
North, let the clock go down too far, too low there. Deciding to finally take control of team main with 35 seconds left. That second smoke there from Twist was game-changing. As the clock ticked away, you saw desperate North go up and they walked into the crossfires from GODSENT. GODSENT knew exactly what was going on there. They knew it was the A play. The rotations came in and they cemented themselves round number 11 now. North, after they get the bomb plant down as well, going to be forced down to upgrade the pistols here as we go into round number 27.
It's going to be a Deagle buy. Walking out on towards A, looking to see if they can find themselves a headshot or two, but nade after nade. The tool that tries to push them back. Shots on towards Dennis, but he'll flick right at them with an AWP that's lethal in every sense of the word. Twist could be a good position. He'll drop down from the boost just to go for more kills at this point. As they fall into his arms, Cajun B, last man standing. He's 11 HP. That's another kill added to the tally that Twist picks up. 3 for him in the round. Most importantly, GODSENT moving up to 12.
Now things are really going to start stirring up here. Orp for Cajun B, finally, actually. Haven't really been seeing, we've mostly been seeing North go for the 5 AK setup, usually going for the contact plays, the group plays towards B or towards outside. This time they're probably going to be seeing more of a default play, 2 towards B, 1 PopDog, 1 B upper, 1 towards team main, 2 towards alley. But this time actually it's going to be Valde holding for the push towards alley. 2 towards team main and 2 towards PopDog here, to the side of North, but look at the aggression here from Twist.
So much information gathered from that. Disco Doppler along with him. Cajun B at least finding the entry. Config has managed to get out right through that smoke on Brown Train. MSL taking the entry on towards Freddy B. Schneider starting to step up from Connector, but pushed back by the Molly. Twist His aggression leads to a quick kill, but he'll be traded. Disco Doppler, the supporting figure. Pushes it right back to a 2-for-2.
GODSENT right now having control of the bomb. But the smoke comes in towards Pop Dog, which means North should be able to retrieve it. The biggest issue right now is where is Schneider for the side of North. He shows up towards Connector. Now the rotation comes in, he needs that kill, and unfortunately for him, Config will take his head. 2 versus 1, now they know that Disco Doppler was towards Pop Dog. They can plant. Back here for the back of Green Train. Config right now, this is a stay on Green Train, the round should be as good as done.
The toolkit for Disco Doppler at least is a positive. He's got every piece of utility under the sun, a kit as well to his name. So he can't complain that he has nothing to achieve in this round. He's everything he needs to get it done, but it's so tough.
He can smoke the bomb here and molly out towards Green Train, there's a chance.
He's going to be taking the fight, though. That isn't going to be the play. Instead, he's just going to be looking for the jewels, makes a lot of noise, peeks into 2 players, and that locks down the game. North taking it in a pretty comfortable fashion. They did nearly throw it away.
Yeah, 16-12.
Nearly is, I think, is the buzzword there.
At least we saw a better half there from GODSENT on the CT side. I said in the preface before this, trying to in a sense, quote-unquote, mix your T-side terrain is so difficult after making a change to your roster, really having nothing to fall back on when things go south, when you're not winning those one-on-one angels and you want to fall back to the tactics and the strategies that you do in practice. When you haven't had much time to do the time in the server as a team, it really does show. So that 11-4 half, losing both pistols as well. If GODSENT had won a pistol, started on the CT side, had momentum and had form and had confidence from that, maybe they could have actually taken this map here.
For sure, of course, taking a look at some of the key plays from this map, some of the biggest highlights. This was nice from Schneider, getting the 2 kills. Of course, we already talked about it in the game, that Molly went down just a second earlier.
Yep. For me, though, MSL definitely being the MVP on Train. How well he played the rotate role is incredible. Plus, the timings of his grenades were perfect. Every single time GODSENT wanted to go for aggression, he was always there towards the right side of the map, and also going for the counter utility as well, stopping and halting anything that GODSENT were trying to throw them.
Just to add to that, you say right side of the map, I want to be clear, that's the B side. 2 players towards B, nearly every time GODSENT wanted to go for that contact play, meant that he shut them down coming out from heaven, his teammate dealt with inner. It was so perfect to see.
Yep. And the thing is as well, you've got to remember, this was a 14-4 scoreline as well in favor of North. And GODSENT admirably able to bring it back 16-12. If they'd won that 2 versus 2, 13-15, forced the weak buy, a half buy because the bomb would have been planted, there was definitely a chance there for overtime. But of course, when push came to shove, North eventually pulled through.
Exactly, it is just that, a chance, a potential. But I do think it helps them going forward on Mirage, them knowing that they were starting to build back into it. Could put them in a positive mental state for the second map.
Yeah, obviously the rounds at the end, they were more confident rounds, showing that actually we can beat these guys, we can shoot back at them. Just took a while for them to get warmed up, and going on to Mirage, hopefully we see a better start for GODSENT. Yeah,
I think for GODSENT, you just want to get themselves riled up. I mean, there was a point where Disco Doppler was on 2 kills.
I didn't see, but probably.
Yeah, it's not a great sight, but I think that's why it's so important they were picking up those rounds. Really just kind of start to prod the bear and say, GODSENT, you know what, you can start winning those duels. It just came down to team play. I think they were certainly a little bit more into that, and it's a very open-ended topic. But nonetheless, that is going to be where things crumble. Map 1 concludes. Map 2 is going to be coming up. We're going to be going back into that very, very soon. We'll see you in just a few minutes.